Hi, it's James from Hidden Depths Coaching. Monday clip today. On the last clip that I did, I got a message from someone on Facebook just saying, could you do something on all the kids that are, sitting their exams and the pressures that they're under, right? And we all know that kids are under extreme pressure to do really well. It actually made me think about when I was at school. So especially being like a guy, it was actually more pressure if you were really intelligent, and you scored amazing grades, then you get picked on. Nowadays it's if you don't get the amazing grades, you get picked on. So it's kind of took a bit of a turn, But the most important bit that I read in it was the thing that was more pressure than the actual grades was what other people thought. The peer pressure of like friends in your school. And that really got me thinking about that is the battle that everybody's fighting. And, being clever and being intelligent is only one part of it. It's like a one-legged stool. Then you've got to have that physical awareness, where you're physically strong. And then the most important one probably would be your emotional strength and how you deal with things, and how you work out doubt and worry, and how you make sure you're being your best, So really that's what I want to talk about, and it's not really just aimed at kids that are, going through grades. It's probably aimed at every one of us. And if I think about a wee bit about my own personal journey, and you'll come up against so many opponents in life, whether it be, friends in school, whether it be girlfriends, partners, boyfriends, whatever you come up against in your life, you'll just keep coming up against these opponents, bosses, people that don't really know you. And then you'll get to this point where you realise that there was only ever one opponent, and it was yourself. And that's really what, getting depression taught me, right? Because once I ended up with depression, I realised that there were only one fighter in this, and there were only one fight, and it was really to get to being the person that you wanted to be yourself. And this is the advice that I would give. You're really you're going to come up against different things in your life, and you'll realise that everything that you're coming up against in your life isn't about them, it's about you. Whether you've just come out of a breakup, or you've just lost your job, or for whatever reasons, you're maybe a football player and you've been injured, anything that's happened to you, the event has already happened, you can't change it, and the only thing that you've ever got to deal with is how you handle it. And then the more you handle these things, you'll realise how much times you did things for other people and you forgot to do them for yourself. Because that's why you would end up in that place where you would feel, a wee bit undervalued. You feel like, you're not achieving much. It's because you're trying to do it for everybody else and you're forgetting about yourself. And when you get to that place with that last battle with your own mind, and you realise that the emotional battle in your life is the most important one that you will ever face, then you realise that the opponent was always just you and you. That man in the mirror, that's the person that you've been up against all this time. And it's stuck on three emotions: disappointment, doubt and worry. And we all kind of stick in one. We're all maybe feel a wee bit disappointed, or your home's maybe you're a bit of a doubter, you keep holding yourself back, or you're a bit of a worrier. And the way to get past that is to by consistently asking you why you're worried, why you're disappointed, or why you're doubting yourself. Asking yourself, because if you keep looking at what you're worried about, if you keep looking at what you're disappointed about, you keep bringing in all these external sources, then you'll just magnify it, and it'll keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will get that big until you have a real battle, and it's this battle in here. And you'll realise all the time that if you won that battle with yourself, if you only did things for yourself, so if you're 15, 16 and you're ready to do your exams, God, I was actually really good at art, and then at the end of second year I went and picked music because my best friend done it, and I was just rotten at that. I just couldn't do that. But that's the sort of stuff you did. You just wanted to do things to fit in. And you'll get to this, but you'll realise that, you know, the best thing you will ever learn, so if you want to give a gift to your kids, you want to give a gift to anybody, is realising that the best battle ever is asking yourself why you're doing it. Not because of anybody else, not because of what they've got, it's why you're doing it. And the quicker you get that, the quicker you start questioning your doubts, your worries and your disappointments, the quicker you'll handle things in your life. And no matter what you've been through, whether it's been a breakup, loss of job, an injury, or, you know, depression at its worst, you will find out that you've got it in you to make that battle, and you've got it in you to get yourself to the next level. And in my first session with clients, you know, I really hit this bit hard. So, you know, the first thing I need is for a client to walk away from here knowing that it's them that can fix this. Because, you know, that is the only person that's ever going to make your life right, is you. And I always, you know, I do a bit of NLP where I really get them to visualise their life, you know, the way they should be, and I really get them to appreciate the person that they are. But I always play this song at the end of each session while they're in a deep state of like realising that it's down to them now. So I'm going to play a bit of this song for you, right? And it's going to be pretty loud. So what I want you to do is when you're listening to this, even better putting some headphones on, turning it up pretty loud, and ask yourself at the end of it, you know, who's responsible for your life, and ask yourself at the end of it, you know, why am I so bothered about everybody else? And if you can direct that back to you and just become the person that you want to be, just putting it through your own filter, and that's all you want to do. If you can just live life through your own filters and your own decisions, you're going to mess up. You know, we all mess up. I mess up. But as long as you know it's through yours and you're responsible and you've not done it because of the pressure of anybody else, you've not done it to impress anybody else. Because, you know, one thing that, as I said, depression taught me is you've got to be selfish in this world. And I mean selfish enough to look after yourself. And that's where my quote, you know, lighthouses don't go travelling the ocean looking for boats to save. You know, they simply stand there shining brightly. And that's what you need to do. You need to make sure that you become the best example you can be. And unfortunately, I never learnt that until I was deep in depression at 34. So, you know, if you're 15, 16, catch this now. Make sure that you live life for yourself. Make sure you're making your own decisions. And just ask yourself that simple question. Why? Why am I doing it? Why am I doubting myself? Why am I worried? And the answer will always come out. And, you know, and I'm often asked, you know, do you ever worry that you get depression again? And I'm like, yeah, it'd just be absolutely impossible. I would need to be crazy to follow the same path that I followed from 16 to 34. You know, there's so many mistakes. But now when I look back at it, best thing that ever happened to me. Because it taught me to realise that the most important person in your life is yourself. And then when you know that, go out and do good. It's as simple as that. So if you want to listen to this song, and as I said, it'll be a bit loud, and just listen to a wee bit of it and ask yourself a question. Why do you do things?
Gonna make a change for once in my life. Gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top in one man's soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got no place to go. That's why I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
just ask yourself, just even listening to that for a couple of minutes, if it gives you a wee bit more power. Every time I hear that, I realise that the only person that's responsible for your life is you. And as soon as you get that, you'll find out there's a strength there that's much more powerful than anything you'll get outside you. So anyway, listen, that's the clip for today. I hope that pumps up your Monday. Realise that you're responsible for your own life and just make it as great as you can make it, okay? Next seminar that's got tickets left is April the 9th, okay? Thank you, bye-bye.